Santorini in one day? It might sound impossible, but with the right plan, it's actually doable. I'm Chrysula, a local here in Greece, and I help travelers plan their trips so they can make the most of their time here. And in this video, I'm taking you with me from Athens to Santorini, all in one day, to see if it's really worth it. Because yes, you can do it, but that doesn't necessarily mean you should.
I'm currently at Athens airport and I'm taking you with me for this unforgettable adventure.
Before I show you the different ways you can plan your day, there is one thing that will honestly make or break this experience: your flights. The flight from Athens to Santorini is very short. It's only about 45 minutes. And because you're only going for the day, this actually works in your favor. You only need a small bag or a backpack, so you don't have to deal with checked luggage, wait at baggage claim or lose time at the airport. And that makes a big difference on a day like this. So if you're doing Santorini in one day, you really want to take the earliest flight from Athens and then the latest flight back. In summer, that can give you around 12 hours on the island, and in winter usually 8 to 9 hours. And trust me, you're going to need every single hour. Also, just to say, I have actually done all three of the options I'm about to show you, so this is based on real experience, not just theory. So let's start with the most budget-friendly option. If you don't want to spend a lot, you can do this entire day using public buses. When you land at the airport, there is a bus that takes you straight to Fyra, and it takes about 15 minutes depending on traffic. One quick tip: make sure you have cash with you, because buses in Santorini don't accept cards. The bus from the airport will leave you at the Fyra bus station, which is the main bus station on the island. From there, I would grab the first bus to Ia, because this is your best chance to see it before the crowds arrive. Especially in the summer months, Ia gets busy very quickly, so going there first thing in the morning makes a huge difference. So once you get to Ia, take your time to walk around, explore the little streets, find the famous Blue Dome's viewpoints, and just enjoy the caldera views while it's still a bit quieter. You can also walk down towards Amoudi Bay if you feel like it, or just explore the different corners of the village. I would spend around 2 to 3 hours here, and maybe stop for a coffee or breakfast with a view. It's honestly one of the best moments of the day. Then, late morning, take the bus back to Fyra. Once you're in Fyra, you can walk around the town, enjoy the caldera views, and if you're interested, you can also visit the Museum of Prehistoric Thera. After that, I would take some time to explore a bit more. Grab lunch. Fyra usually has more options and better prices than Ia. And then, if you still have the energy, I would highly recommend walking towards Fyrostefani and Imerovili. It's one of the most scenic walks on the island, with incredible views the whole way. From there, you can head back to Fyra, and later in the afternoon, take the bus back to the airport. Just make sure to check what time your bus to the airport leaves, and be at the bus station at least 15 minutes before. And overall, this option works really well, but timing is important, and you do need a bit of flexibility. Now, if you want something much easier and more comfortable, this is honestly one of the best options. I've actually done this myself. Instead of figuring everything out on your own, you get picked up directly from the airport and you have a private driver for around 5 to 6 hours. And that makes a huge difference on a day like this, because you're not wasting time waiting for buses, you're not trying to figure out routes, and you can actually focus on enjoying the island. The best part is that the day is completely customized to your needs. You can actually discuss the plan with your driver and adjust the day based on your own interests and priorities. So instead of just rushing between Fira and Nia, you can also explore places that most people miss. For example, I would start with a couple of traditional villages like Pyrgos or Emporio. They're much quieter, more authentic, and give you a different perspective of Santorini. If you're interested in history, you can also visit Akrotiri, which is one of the most important archaeological sites on the island, and you can combine that with a quick stop at the Red Beach viewpoint. Now, if you're a wine lover, this is actually a great opportunity to add a winery visit and tasting. I personally recommend Argyros Winery, and one of the reasons Santorini wines are so special is because of the island's volcanic soil, which gives the wines a very unique character. Now, one thing I personally wouldn't prioritize, I wouldn't spend time at the beaches. Santorini has black volcanic beaches like Perissa or Kamari, but honestly, compared to other Greek islands, they're not the highlight. Instead, I would use that time better. For example, ask your driver to take you somewhere nice by the sea for lunch. That way, you still get the seaside experience without wasting time on something that's not unique to Santorini. Then later in the day, I would spend a couple of hours in Nia and finish in Fira. From there, you can explore on your own and then head back to the airport by bus or taxi. And if you're interested in doing this option, I'll leave a link in the description to the exact private tour that I booked. What I personally liked about this option is that it doesn't feel at all rushed. You actually get to experience more of the island, instead of just moving from one stop to another. The third option is to rent a car directly from the airport and explore the island on your own. This gives you the most flexibility. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want, without waiting for buses or relying on anyone. And just like with a private tour, you can plan your day exactly how you want it. For example, you could still follow a similar route. Start with Ia early in the morning, then head to Fira and maybe add a stop at a village like Pyrgos, or even a winery if that's something you're interested in. So in terms of freedom, this is probably the best option. But I do want to be honest here. Driving in Santorini, especially in summer, can be a bit stressful. There is traffic, parking can be tricky, and some roads are quite narrow. So you might end up losing time trying to find parking or dealing with busy areas. Because of that, I would say this option works best if you're comfortable driving and ideally visiting outside peak season. Otherwise, it can take away from the experience a little bit. So you can do Santorini in one day from Athens? Yes, you can, but should you? It really depends. If you're short on time and Santorini is high on your list, then yes, it can be worth it. You'll see the views, experience the island, and get a small taste of what it's like. But it won't feel relaxed. It will be a bit rushed, a bit structured, and you'll be watching the clock. Personally, if you can stay at least one night, I would always recommend that. But if your choice is seeing Santorini for one day or not seeing it at all, then yes, it's worth it. Just plan it smart.
I hope you enjoyed your day in Santorini as much as I did. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.